Catch it right there. Alright, y'all, it is Monday evening, evening. We're finally getting the 56 car unloaded. Gonna get it out of the trailer and see what we broke. We went racing Saturday night at Tri County Speedway. Was running second in the feature when either we broke something, either the transmission or probably more likely the rear end. So we're gonna get it unloaded and see if we can diagnose what went wrong, maybe get it cleaned up, and see if we can get a game plan for how we're gonna fix it. Huh, it's in the transmission.
Nope. I mean, I'm turning the car a little bit.
The drive shaft won't turn. So that means that
Rear end is intact.
yeah, the rear end's intact.
See it?
Right. So it must be in the transmission then, or likely to be in the transmission. All right, so we were expecting that it was the rear end, but when Daddy climbed under there and turned the drive shaft won't turn, which means that the rear end probably is working like it's supposed to, and it's probably in the transmission. So we'll have to get it on out and get it up and take a closer look at that. So stay tuned, we'll get it unloaded.
Cars won't come out.
Let her go. Hold it right where you at. Come on. Keep on going. Turn to the left a little.
Here's that window.
Let that wind in.
I'm trying to get all the stood off, Daddy.
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to get all the stood off.
All right, get all that dirt off.
Well, guess what?
That should be high gear.
It just grabbed a little. There, it did it again.
Hold on.
Transmission busted, man.
Transmission?
Yeah, it just tried to get a hold. Well, look, see it right there? It's like one spot, it get a little bit of a. I mean, that's high gear. See, we'd be turning. Hear it right there? Transmission busted.
Yep.
They give us 2 laps, we could have changed that. Right there, feel that?
Oh, no.
Hear it?
Yeah, I felt it rolling it.
Does it every time, right there.
Right there.
It could have been that guardrail.
Yeah, we got up in the guardrail a little bit. That could have done it. A little bit of contact.
Yeah, it hung the right rear and go on you is in the gas.
Yeah. You gotta be able to burn them up off of it. Hey, someone asked in a comment, they said they want, actually several people in a comment, they want to know more about you.
Tell them where Hunt the Front come from.
He raced.
That was a 94.
94. Well, he raced since I can remember. Well, early 90s when I was Tennyson's age.
Yeah,
and Hunt the Front was something he used to say, have on a spoiler.
Hunt the Front and feed them to the hogs.
We've been looking for that old spoiler. It used to be hanging in the shop.
We'll have some pictures.
Yeah, we'll find some pictures of it.
Through.
Like to find the spoiler, but it probably got thrown out.
I looked all in there.
Yeah. He's been, for anyone who's been wondering, this is Daddy. His name's Jonathan Joseph. And then
Joshua.
My other brother's Joshua. Anyway, he started racing. When did you start racing dirt? Early 90s?
Cars about 91.
91. Did it.
I'll watch you always going.
He did it for many years.
To 2000.
That's when I started. And I was 13 racing a bomber car, hog car. And that's where when I got started, when Daddy went from driver to crew chief.
Yeah.
All right, well I'm gonna get this jacked up. I guess you're gonna go on home and call it a day.
It's hot, y'all.
All right, y'all, we have fast forwarded one day, 24 hours, and it is now Tuesday. I've got the car, as you can see behind me, I've got the car in the garage. Got it jacked up, the fenders off of it, tires off of it, and I am about to pull the transmission out of it, and then we'll take a look inside the transmission and see if we can find what's broken. By the way, thought I might mention that in addition to watching our videos, you might also want to check out DirtOnDirt.com. They have you covered for live pay-per-view of the DIRTcar Summer Nationals. Tonight, Tuesday night, they're at Tri County Speedway, and they'll be racing the next 5 nights straight, I know. Check them out, DirtOnDirt.com has you covered, live pay-per-view. I'll put a link down in the description where you can check that out. Alright, I got y'all in here. I'm going to start by taking the drive shaft away from the back of the transmission. We'll unhook the shifting linkages, and then we'll unbolt the, we'll have to take the clutch line loose, unbolt the transmission from the back of the bell housing. That's right. Alright, there we go. One strap. Two. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing pulled back away from the transmission. There we go. Alright, drive shaft is tied up out of the way. I'll probably pull it out and inspect it later, but for tonight's purposes, I'm just going to let it hang there. And let's get the shifting linkages unhooked over here. Alright, there's one shifting linkage unhooked. And there is two. Now let's get this, let's get these bolts out of the back of the bell housing. 4 bolts in the bell housing. They're Allen headed. We'll get those out. Unhook the clutch line, we'll be good. Alright, we got all 4 bolts broke loose. Billy Moyer Jr. is your fast qualifier at Tri City. I'm hoping to have this finished in time to watch the feature without having to listen to it from under the car. And there's 4. Alright, bolts are out. Alright, clutch line is unhooked. Let's see if we can wiggle this thing out of here. It can sometimes be a booger getting these transmissions out, especially when they've been in there a while. Oh yeah. Alright, she's free. Oh. Oh, there is our problem, y'all. Where'd y'all go? That's a problem. Y'all can see that is broken. Right scratch under. Oh boy. Get this in further look. Alright. Okay then. Look at there. Alright, let me get y'all so y'all can get a closer look. We have broken the shaft. What you exactly call it, input shaft, whatever it is, on the front of the transmission. Alright, there. So it's in high gear right now. So this should turn, and being this in high gear, it should turn the back of the transmission, the back here, the drive shaft. Yep. So it's working in the transmission. Obviously, this is our problem. Let's slide under here and see if we can find the rest of it. Yeah, there you go. So there's the rest of it, broken in half there. So I would imagine then that the bell housing, fuel, power steering pump, or let's just power steering pump, up there on the back of the motor, all this is gonna have to come off. That's gonna be a little more to it than we thought, but at least we know what our problem is. Alright y'all, so there it is. There's our culprit. We broke the shaft on the front of the transmission. Like I was saying, we'll probably have to pull the bell housing and the flywheel and all off and go through that, make sure it didn't hurt anything else. The good news is we have a spare as far as the transmission goes, and we can probably go through that one and fix it, and it will become the spare. Not sure what caused it, if it was just from being worn out, being old, or from the contact with the wall, or maybe a combination of the two, who knows, but we'll get it fixed either way. July 6th, that's not this weekend but next, that'll be the next race for this car, Southern Raceway. We're tied for the points, so we'll have to get it fixed and ready to go by then. And that's I guess the good thing, the positive, is at least it didn't happen during a points race. At least it didn't happen at the end of the race the other night when I was leading, and instead happened early in a feature on sort of an expedition event, sort of, for us, if you will. Other than that, appreciate y'all watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give us a like, leave us a comment, tell us what you think caused that. Apparel, we got more apparel, hats, t-shirts, and stickers coming. Okay, we were out of everything. Y'all bought me all out, and I appreciate the support. We will have more hopefully in a couple days. Keep an eye on the social media accounts. We'll let you know, Facebook and Instagram. You can find us down below in the description. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Appreciate you watching.